Here's Kelsey Rowlings.
We arrived to Texas Motor Speedway Wednesday. We set up our pit space, went over the car, made sure nothing was bumped loose on the ride over, checked our fluid levels and bled anything that needed to be bled. We were feeling really good. We had solved our issues from St. Louis and we had solved our previous power steering issues. We had a successful event at Grid Life South, so we were really excited to actually get the car in a competition environment to see how it does now that we had these issues sorted out. Practice started out really well on Thursday. I was really looking forward to qualifying because I had a feeling we were going to do well this round. Qualifying came around. I got a little bit overexcited on my first lap. It was going really well until the end when I was just coming in a little too hot for the final turn. And I decided to dive in awkwardly for that final inner clip. I got past the finish line, but because I crossed the finish line so awkwardly, the judges decided it was an unfollowable lead. So I got a 0 on my first lap. Because of that, I knew I had to put down a score on my second lap. I took it a little bit easy, but I still wanted a good score. We ended up with a score of 79, and I was pretty confident that that score would be enough to keep us in. However, due to an oversight with some lights and qualifying going a little longer than they expected, we didn't have enough light for the remaining 20 or so competitors to finish their second qualifying lap. We actually had to wait for the very next day for them to finish qualifying for Pro 2. I had already done my laps, so I could just kind of relax for the most part, but I found it pretty hard to relax and sit around waiting and wondering if my score would keep us in. Fortunately, it did, barely. We qualified 16th with our score of 79, and we ended up going against number 1 qualifier, Alec Robbins. Our first battle went pretty well. The judges couldn't decide a winner because we both had our good points and our mistakes, so we were awarded a 1 more time. In our second battle, we definitely were going a little harder. Alec ended up hitting me when I was exiting the final deceleration zone going into outer zone 4 on the last turn of the course. We ended up breaking the top hat of our coilover and bending the wheel, so I finished the lap with the coilover pretty much falling out of the car. After the collision with Alec, I thought I may have actually had the upper hand on that battle, but I guess the judges saw some mistakes that I didn't notice, so we were actually given another 1 more time. We got the car fixed as quick as possible, but we had to use our 5 minutes in order to finish changing our rear tires to get ready for our third battle. We were trying not to stress about it too much and just go out there and put on another good battle. I was pretty proud of myself coming in from not qualifying at any other event due to mechanical issues to coming to the last event, and now we're going into my third battle against the number 1 qualifier. I lined up with Alec and we took off down the straightaway. Unfortunately, Alec misjudged the entry. He ended up flying off course, and because I was trying to dive in, because I knew I was lacking proximity in previous battles, I started going off course as well. As soon as my rear wheels hit the dirt, I knew I had no chance of avoiding him. Although I tried, we ended up hitting, and I got T-boned on my driver's side rear wheel, door, rear quarter panel area. We ended up bending the wheel. We pulled the traction rod mount out of the subframe, causing the axle to rub on the coilover. We also broke the adjustment holes in the dynamic toe plate adjustment on the end of our PBM lower control arm. So basically it could not lock the toe in place, it was moving. Because it was not our fault, we had 10 minutes to get the job done. My team was thrashing on the car. I was in the car sitting up and just watching the time count down. It was gonna be close. As it went 3, 2, 1, 0, the car was still in the air, but I could hear the rear wheels going on the car. As Kevin Wells ended up going down to pick up the time clock, the car lowered down. I could hear the torque wrench on the wheels, but it was just seconds too late. Alex's car was undamaged in the collision because everything was absorbed by his front bash bar. So he was able to go make a by run and I was not able to run. Because Alec was able to run, he ended up being awarded the win after some brief miscommunication and being told I was awarded the win. It ended up going to him and he continued on with the competition. Although I'm really bummed and I knew we had a chance to take it all the way this time because the car was actually working fantastic, sometimes that's how the rules go and that's a judged sport for you. But I'm really confident in the car now and I think that over the off season we're gonna have a lot of fun, and honestly, we're really proud of our season. We started with a wreck due to a power steering failure and we ended with a wreck due to absolutely fighting for our chance at the podium. While it didn't work out this time, I'm really proud of myself and the team, and I cannot wait to get out there next year.